sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it. It's time for football at Lumen Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Oh, some strong running. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Cook running right. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Brady going to throw. That's to Cook out of the backfield. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit and get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A good pick up there, a 22. But no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, they don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. They'll run left with Pollard. Shifts by him. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On 2nd down and 4. Allen escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To the air, Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. He'll get that complete to Albert O. Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tony Pollard, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. From the gun, it's Brady. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A solid stiff arm. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. Boy, Dalvin Cook just so explosive in the open field. He's not a small guy either, but once he gets those legs churning, look out.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Andy Isabella, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead at 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Jabril Cox there on the tackle.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, they just can't go backwards from here. They didn't. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He gets away from one. Cook, a first down and more. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards. And that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, down at the 33. On play action, it's Brady. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They run the counter with Cook. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? A quick throw by Brady, complete. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Rob Gronkowski, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. Flush to his right. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From midfield, here's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Allen.
That's complete. Akure Bunam.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And he's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing now is Allen. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Right back to Waddle, and this time he's got it.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Allen to throw once more. feeling the pressure here and take him down. A sack back at the 7. So we are at halftime. Downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Cook. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll throw with Brady. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Now Allen. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than a normal.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out this far.
From his end zone on 3rd and long, Allen. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Now Brady. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Here's Pollard again. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll find Hall. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Allen now on 1st down. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona 1st. Allen off the play fake. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. On first down, Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Mike Davis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady, incomplete, right side to Cook. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Seattle. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Here's Allen. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They run the counter. Pollard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boost. On 3rd down, Pollard. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. On first down, Pollard. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 17. 66 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
The kick by Bass is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. 8 yards to go on second down. Brady to throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A gain of 7 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. On second down, Cook. And just shutting him off there. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They've had some success here in overtime of this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
On second down, it's Cook. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm coming after you. Right there. 54. Right there. Hey, ball 66.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. And some strong running. And he's got some space here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On first down, Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Powers through. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Throwing now is Brady. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. And Charles, I think when the schedule